A live-action remake of the classic Disney tale of two dogs that are hot for each other despite their socioeconomic status.
Welcome to the Walt Vault with
Michelle,
Andre,
Luis,
and me, Emily. We're a family-friendly podcast where we pick a new Disney movie each week. We watch it, share our thoughts, and then relate it to pop culture, fandoms, and anything else that pops into our heads. Enjoy!
hello and welcome to the Walt Vault, episode 98.
It's more and more exciting every time, Andre.
Yeah.
almost to 100.
Yeah, I gotta ramp it up. Man, what am I gonna do on 100? Oh boy. The hype is
You know what we should do?
real.
We should do like a drinking game for the 100th episode. Every
Should
time,
we though?
every time Luis makes a negative comment, you take a drink. Every time I talk over somebody, you take another.
Like
Why are
two
you-
drinks.
Why are you trying to make us have an unlistenable podcast?
I don't know. I
This
don't
sounds
know.
bad.
Joke's on you, I can't even talk 10 times in an episode.
That is your choice. Anyway.
No, that is Michelle's overpowering voice. This week,
You.
we are talking about the 2019
Love it.
live-action Disney Plus film, Lady and The Tramp.
You know, I honestly forgot what we were talking about for a second, but yes, you're right, sir. We are talking about the live-action Lady and the Tramp Disney Plus film. This is our first time doing a Disney Plus original movie. Is that what they're going to call them? Disney Plus original?
Might as well.
Probably, yeah.
It just
DPO.
sounds like I'm saying like Disney Channel original movie. you
Yeah.
know? But it's true. It's a new
But I would say
platform.
Disney Plus original.
Disney Plus original. So much like Netflix has original content and Amazon Prime, Disney Plus is going this route. So this was the first original Disney Plus movie that they released. Were
One of the
any
first.
four of us?
Yeah, what's
It
it?
was the first one they released, the Disney Plus original.
Right, but they released a couple at the
It was
same
like
time.
this and Noel
This and
or
Noel,
something.
yeah.
Were any four of us excited to originally watch this? No, that's why we haven't seen it yet. Like most people, you know, when a new thing comes out, they watch it right away. We were like, no, we're good. So yeah, let's talk about our first impressions then. Since I think our original first impression was we didn't want to watch it, but we did for you guys. We actually got a lot of suggestions for this movie, especially when Disney Plus first released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That people wanted us to watch it. So Emily, I'll start with you. What is your first impression of the live action Lady and the Tramp?
I liked it. I thought it was good. I have issues, but overall, as a whole, I liked it. Thought it was good.
Very nice. I agree with you. I'm going to give my first impression. I liked it. I was pleasantly surprised, although I thought it was too long.
Yeah.
That was my main gripe. But was it a good live action remake? Yeah, it was solid. It was good.
Better than some of the other remakes.
Definitely better than some of the other ones. And like I said, going into movies with low expectations, then usually I'm pleasantly surprised. So it was pretty good.
Andre looks like he doesn't agree, but we can wait for him.
Yeah.
We'll see what he says, but let's go to Luis next. Luis, first impression.
2 thumbs up.
Oh,
Very
Like,
nice.
multiple thumbs.
It was awesome.
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 I liked it a lot. But I'll explain why later.
Oh,
Okay.
later.
Explanations later.
Also, Luis, I would say that out of us four, you're looking the best during this quarantine thanks to your wife. You got a fresh new haircut,
This haircut,
fresh beard going on.
this beard.
We're talking about Andre does his own stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Haven't cut my
Looks
hair
pretty
in
good to
weeks.
me.
He needs to cut his hair. If he was bald, I would be like, good job. But he's been
He's wearing
looking.
a hat. He looks bald to me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I don't see no hair. He has no hair.
I like it.
That's
Oh.
right.
Is your hat feeling snug, Andre?
It is kind of snug right now. Yeah. Feeling it, but
Never thought about that, you
That will
know.
happen soon.
Hmm.
I can do it myself.
All right, Andre, first
Oh,
impression.
Yeah, Lady and Tramp. I like this movie. I mean, it was fun to watch upon this viewing. And I think I said the same thing about the animated Lady and the Tramp after realizing that I hadn't really seen it before. I listened to our old animated episode, or at least some of it, earlier today. It's episode 67 if you want to listen to it. Research. And I basically said the same thing that like I liked it. It was better than I was expecting for sure. I wasn't expecting much from this Disney Plus original. I didn't know what they were gonna do, but it was a plenty good movie. They could have thrown it in theaters if they had wanted to, but it still wasn't. It didn't blow my mind or anything like that.
No.
You know, it's not my favorite movie of all time.
I feel like a lot of these live action remakes, they would have to do something absolutely off the wall, absolutely spectacular for it to blow your mind because you know the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But overall, not bad. Not bad.
Indeed.
And I agree, they could put this in theaters because it's the same caliber as some of the other ones they've put out.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely could have. You know, they made the choice not to because they wanted some original content, which was fine.
All right, let me talk about just some basic facts. This movie was directed by Mr. Charlie Bean, and it stars a pretty big cast of people. It's got Tessa Thompson as Lady, and what's his name? Justin Thoreau as the Tramp, as well as a few others. Got Sam Elliott doing the most Sam Elliott dog I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Dude, Sam Elliott.
Janelle Monáe as Peg, that like white, long-haired, furry dog.
She's the one who sings
Yeah.
He's a Tramp.
He's a tramp.
Yeah,
Which one?
this one, Peg.
Oh.
Hey, go over here. Is my mouse? Can you see my mouse too?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool.
Benedict Wong,
That's
I
the
was
cool
excited
dog.
about.
And I really like that they changed Jock to a lady.
Yes, I thought that was really cool.
That was fun, and
Yeah.
I liked all her outfits.
Dude, Aunt Sarah's character was hilarious.
Oh yeah,
It's so funny
Super
because we're
funny.
watching Community right now, and she's on that. She plays a character called Shirley. So we're
Uh-huh.
like, it's Shirley.
Yeah,
She's a great actress. I like her a lot.
that was really good.
Jim dear. Oh, this dude,
That guy?
Adrian Martinez as Elliot, the dog catcher.
Hilarious.
This
He was
guy
like-
really put this movie over the top for me. I think that's what he was one of the best things about it.
Luis disagrees. Luis thinks that Jack
Wow.
Black should have been that character.
Wait,
Yeah.
who?
Jack Black.
Oh, yeah, it's a very.
That would
it's
have
a
been
pretty
funny,
Jack
yeah.
He's
Black
totally
voice.
Jack Blacky though.
Yeah.
Okay, pause real fast. Luis, look at Marco.
Yeah.
Everyone look at Marco.
Marco.
And you're right. This guy played a character on Narcos
So despicable, that
that
character.
was so, I mean, ruthless
Ah.
drug lord. So it was super funny to see him play Tony's like assistant at the restaurant
Yeah.
where he's like playing a little.
Oh, that's interesting.
hilarious.
Because I've only ever seen this guy on a Comedy Central show called Broad City, where he's like a fun-loving like gay friend to these girls, and
Agreed.
he's super bubbly and lovely, and he kind of reminded me of that in this.
Uber ruthless.
That's
Wow.
all we
So-
got.
So
Marcos.
dude has got a big acting base there. He can play some different
Exactly.
characters. That's great.
Like Luis Peña.
And then Ken Jeong, okay.
yes,
In there for a hot second, which he's on Community as well.
also.
And he plays literally the most ridiculous characters. So I was ready for him to be super ridiculous, and he was in there for like a hot sec.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
was-
I
oh.
thought it was a good little cameo though. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was like a
John's
cute
either
cameo.
ridiculous or he's angry.
Yeah.
And all
We
this
just
other
watched
stuff.
The
Hangover.
Hangover last week as well, and he's in there. He plays the drug lord, you know. And so I was like, oh god, this dude's popping up everywhere for me right now. Isn't
Oh,
it funny
yeah.
how that happens? Like you're watching something and you're like, wait, that dude's in this too.
Yeah. So that's
So yeah, it has a
that's the cast.
pretty good cast,
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly.
Sam
And
Elliott.
who played Darling? Kiersey Clemens. I don't know
Mhm.
who she is, but she did a good job.
yeah.
So she played Joanne
Joanna. And,
Joanna
Rent
in
Live.
Rent on Broadway.
She was in Dope. I remember that. I saw
Ah.
that.
Yeah, Dope
movie.
was a good movie.
Dope was
Oh,
a
like
I
good
that.
did
movie.
see
Dope,
that
but I
with
forgot to
you.
Remember it was about those
Yes.
smart kids
We might
who
have.
were
I thought
doing
when I first saw
Bitcoin.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But I
That's
thought
fun.
she sang super well.
Oh, she's
Like,
got a great
really
voice.
well.
Yeah. The singing.
I agree.
Singing.
The
and
singing was
songs
good.
Were pretty good in this movie.
And Janelle Monáe as Peg works because she has that like sultry voice, you know. He's a tramp. She did a very good job.
She's
And
French.
I liked all the dogs in this movie too. I like dogs.
Percy Clemens was born in 93.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's younger than me.
Yeah, people famous are younger than us
I'm
now.
born in 93.
We're old people.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey,
It gets upsetting.
It's cool.
Dougie's
that's okay.
acting like a tramp right now because he's barking at me.
He's a tramp.
Dougie, you could play tramp. Let's bring him
he
up
could
here.
play a better tramp in the live action one than this tramp.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the dogs, because I think that's the most important piece of this whole live action thing, because I'm just going to throw it out there. Cinematography wise, the shooting, the town, the change to New Orleans versus
Yeah.
it wasn't in New Orleans the first time. It was
I think it was in London.
Or
in
Italy,
like London
maybe?
or something. Like, I thought it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I
It looked
thought
really
this
good.
movie was beautiful. But I hated Lady with a passion.
Really?
Okay,
Dog.
thank you.
What?
I said
The
she's
dog.
annoying in this one.
I liked Lady.
She was
No,
annoying.
the face.
Oh.
Oh, well, I
The
thought she was
CGI
annoying
of
in
it.
this movie, but
And I
Okay,
don't
yeah.
think the voice went with the dog. I don't know. It just was weird to me.
I liked Tramp, but I
Tramp was
like
great.
scruffy dogs. Let's do a close up, Douglas. He's a tramp.
He does look trampy. I mean, not that he looks trampy, but he looks
Scruffy
like
dog.
There
A
we go.
scruffy dog. All you need is a scruffy dog to play Tramp. You know what I mean?
I liked all the other dogs. I think they did a great job with like the CGI,
Yeah.
but I think it's because, like you're saying, the rest of them were either scruffy or had very like hanging features. Trusty hangs, the bulldog hangs.
Yeah.
Peg has like that hair comes over her face. But like Lady, you just got a full on face and her eyes and her mouth.
See, I thought
I
her
thought it was
feet
so
were
creepy.
weird. Her feet were too big.
Her feet.
Okay, well, they were. Go back and
Her
watch it
paws.
again. Her feet were really big.
Cocker Spaniels have big paws in comparison to their
Do
body.
they?
though.
Oh, okay. I agree with you because when we first saw Lady on camera, she was very obviously CGI to me, or like CGI'd over, right?
Yeah.
You know, where I was like, oh man, they could have made it. See, Dougie's being a tramp. They could have made it look like a little bit better, and I think they did a really good job on the other dogs. So I agree with you, Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
When I first saw this trailer, I remember thinking like, wow, that looks terrible. I'm gonna hate this movie. It looks really weird to see their faces moving. But apparently, I just needed more time than the 2 minutes in the trailer, because as soon as they were doing like a full sentence, I got used to their faces in it, and it actually looks really good. Like, I appreciate that they used real dogs and that they don't talk that much necessarily, as opposed to them just running around and stuff.
And they definitely talk.
Well, they talk, but the shots on their faces don't happen as often as I thought they were going to in this movie. And
which probably made it much easier to shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like less CGI means it's easier to just take a shot and move on.
Right.
But it's interesting because for me, I liked it in some ways. I liked that they talked, but I kept saying to Luis while we were watching it, like, what would you think if they were talking but their mouths weren't moving?
Uh-huh.
Like, would I have liked it better?
Like Homeward Bound.
Exactly. And that's what he said, just like Homeward Bound.
Right.
I think I might have, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we live in the CGI realm where people would have asked, why didn't you just make it CGI?
Sorry, our dog is wilding out right now.
No, that's okay. We'll just pause it and we'll continue that conversation.
Andre thinks closing the curtain's gonna help, but he just puts his head through it.
Good for him.
He's like, there's a dog, I'm on patrol. Okay.
Excuse you.
Well, do we look way too dark now?
No, when you moved up like that, you look great.
Okay, okay, cool. So I think where I was having some trouble with this movie is I had a disconnect with Lady from the original to the live action. For some reason, it seemed like a different interpretation of Lady to me. Like, I don't know if I needed her to be a little bit more uppity or like something like that from the first one. Something about her bugs me in this one, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Like, I don't know what it is, but I think I was just feeling a disconnect between Lady in the animated version and Lady in the live action.
Okay.
I didn't feel the same way about the Tramp. I actually liked Tramp in this one quite a bit. He still had that humor. He still had that scruffy look to him where I didn't really have that disconnect between the characters. And yes, they did different interpretations of the other dogs, but I didn't feel disconnected to those either. I thought they were good interpretations. But I don't know why. Like, I just felt a disconnect with Lady. I just did. I don't really know why. Can't put my finger on it.
What do you think, Lou? What did you think about the CGI on the dogs?
It was a little bit hard to look at for sure, but kind of like what Andre said, after a while, like I kind of just stopped looking at their faces myself.
Yeah.
And just was like, okay.
You stop paying attention to the millions of dollars they put into the faces and look at everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Easy
But,
peasy.
but I do like the other dogs. I don't think there was another dog on screen that bothered me. The puppies were a little weird because puppies.
Those were the
puppies were the weirdest, I
Right.
think, looking. But the dog, I loved Peg and the bulldog. What was the bulldog's name? It had a name. Whatever.
I just had it.
They were hilarious. How they were like,
Michelle hated the puppies, by the way.
oh yeah, they were bad.
Pure hatred for puppies. She's a puppy hater.
I like all other puppies.
Yeah.
I love puppies, but I did not like those puppies.
Yeah.
But I loved how they were like kind of like boyfriend, girlfriend, but like also just friend. I don't know. I liked how they were always in cahoots. That was cute.
I'm not a puppy hater. They were just weird. Like, they did their
Puppy hater.
voices like that and stuff is weird.
But I also agree
Hey,
with
hey,
you.
hey.
Get out of here. I also agree with you, though, Andre, that I loved the interpretation of Jock, that it was Jacqueline, and that she obviously was a girl, and that she was constantly in different little prissy outfits.
Ooh,
That
Scotty
was
dog outfits.
Scotty dogs are so cute.
funny. Very
I love
funny.
Scotty dogs. Ugh.
Luis said that if it didn't lose him man points, he would want a Scotty dog. That's literally what he said.
Scotty dogs are so cool. Why do I like all the dogs that look scruffy though?
Luke,
Like,
if you get a Scotty dog, you seem rich. Fancy dog.
I've seen
Well,
for my
Scotty
whole
dog.
life. It's not gonna do much for me. Probably just be middle class.
Doesn't make you rich. Yeah. Fun fact about the dogs, by the way. Apparently, all the dogs were like rescues, and all of the dogs that were picked up from shelters and used in this movie got adopted and are now in their forever homes. Yes.
I would adopt.
Because those dogs were the bodies were real bodies, right?
Yeah.
It's just the face that was
They
off.
used real dogs.
They use real dogs.
Like Lady and the
Wow.
Tramp went to the premiere of Lady and the Tramp.
They
You know what I
trained
mean?
for 4 months to be in this movie.
Yeah.
That really makes me want to cry.
I would adopt Tramp in a heartbeat. He was so cute.
Who?
The dog who played Tramp.
I thought so.
He was like a medium-sized dog. He's really scruffy. He had beautiful coloring. He had
I
those
will-
old man eyebrows.
Oh, he totally did. Luis, tell him what you thought, though, about Tramp.
It was not trampy.
It wasn't Trampy?
That's Sirius Black Dog. It
Not
was not
quite a
trampy
Sirius
enough in the
Black Dog.
face.
Doesn't
Tramp was
mean
not
he's
like
weird.
that. Nah, that was Sirius Black. That was Sirius Black / Dougie.
Wait, what did
Now
you
that I'm
want?
looking at him straight in the camera,
What did you want him to look like? though?
Yeah.
I wanted him to look a lot more similar to the Tramp. Not
Like
Like,
thinner?
Actually, I'm looking
Literally.
at
You
Dougie.
wanted like
Dougie
the
looks
white
just like
dog
the
with the brown spots?
no.
That's Oliver and Company.
Just hold on. Dougie is literally Tramp. Like I'm looking at his face and just like him. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, but like
He's
I wanted
the
him to
Tramp.
be more trampy. The Tramp seemed kind of like a Scotty mix of something else that was bigger.
Right.
Well, it was
So
definitely
he was-
bigger than the dog in the
Yeah.
To
original.
me, that was like, man.
Can we get a side-by-side comparison, babe?
Yes.
Tramp dogs
Yes,
up
we
on the
can.
screen?
Give me a moment.
And
Well,
also,
well-
go ahead. Good, no, go
No,
ahead.
no. I was just gonna say it was interesting because, I mean, I guess that's hard because when you really look at the
Dog.
Tramp from the animated version, I don't know what dog they were trying to have him be. If he was just like pure mutt, because he was just all gray, like one color gray,
He was
and
just a mutt.
and he was like furry on top, but then sleek in the middle. And I think that's hard to have a dog like that because I don't know how realistic that particular dog is.
They just wanted him to look like a mutt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that's totally not the same one.
It's totally the same, but okay.
I mean,
it's
this
as
one's
close as they were gonna
this one's
get.
definitely the one from the movie.
No.
Yeah, he's in People magazine. They don't put just random dogs in there.
No.
Yeah, they
Luis.
do. I mean, look at him, Andre. Put your hand over the original.
What's his real
Tramp.
name? What is that?
No,
name?
you guys are arguing over two different things. Luis is saying that it's not the dog. It doesn't look close enough.
Oh, it doesn't look close enough, right?
Not that it's not the dog.
Oh, okay.
from the movie.
Come on,
Dougie
Andre.
looks more like a tramp to Luis.
Right. Well, I mean, casting is hard. Sometimes you gotta take the dog with the charisma over the dog with the looks.
Like Emily said, I don't think that Tramp is a real breed of dog. Like Lady is obviously a Cocker Spaniel, but what breed is the Tramp they use for?
I mean, he's supposed to be a mutt, right? He's supposed to be.
No, but what
a
breed
mix.
is the live action Tramp?
Oh,
What?
Seems like a.
Nah, he's a
Lady
mixture
and the
of
Tramp dog breed.
some
First
interesting
breed.
one.
But it's funny because look at the schnauzer. Like, stop before you go on. Like, go take your cursor away
Mhm.
and look how there was schnauzers up at the top right here.
That's more
That
trampy.
that face
Um,
is trampy.
this little
Yeah,
guy. Yeah, he could have. Oh yeah. Oh, look
but
at
they
that.
needed a dog a
He's right
little
here.
bit bigger. I
Boom,
think
boom.
is why.
See, all of those could have been the Tramp.
But they're
Oh.
kind of similar to the Scotty.
Oh, look at the one on the left with the little red harness.
This one?
Oh,
Yeah. It looks
Like-
pretty good. We're getting real distracted. Hey, if you're just listening to the audio version, go to YouTube and watch us look at dogs.
Okay, type Lady and the
Cute.
Tramp dog breed. Because I want to know what breed he kind of was.
He has a pretty interesting name.
Cocker Spaniel, yes, we know that.
Tramp's breed.
What
English.
breed is the Tramp? What breed is the Tramp?
Wow, this is a whole.
Man, look at this website.
Ever thought about what Tramp's breed is? Yes, we have.
Apparently, we have.
I can't even. Oh.
Wow, people. If you didn't know, there is a whole.
Oh my goodness.
It says we
Website
all know Tramp is a
dedicated.
mutt, right?
This
wrong.
is creepy.
None of us know that. Most of us do.
Oh, this is long. Can you just tell me
No,
what the breed
this
is?
is they're talking about the animated. I want to just know what the actual live action dog
It
was.
could be
Oh.
a loud chin. That's what it said.
Launchin.
An English Cocker Spaniel. What is a dog breed is Tramp?
Will star a mixed breed dog. It says.
A Schnauzer mix.
Yep.
Of a parent terrier,
Terrier
ancestry.
ancestry. So yeah, he's like Dougie plus some Schnauzer.
A Dougie
So that's
Schnauzer.
Because our
Right.
dog is just a terrier mutt. So our dog is basically the Tramp. Yep. He
Of
doesn't.
the
I don't know
live
if
action,
Dougie has
not
any
the original.
Schnauzer. He might though, because Dougie has those eyebrows.
Actually,
Yeah, I mean, he did a good enough job that
I think so.
Yeah, I'll forgive his non close enough breed.
I think so. Louise
Well-
doesn't agree, but it's all right.
I will say, I liked him better than I liked Lady. So there's that.
I did too. A Cocker Spaniel's not the dog for me. I like scruffy dogs.
Oh, no. I like the Cocker Spaniel. I don't like the CGI on the face of the Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah, no.
Right.
But can we talk about now the peeps in the movie?
The peeps,
The
yeah.
peeps.
The
We got,
actual live actioners?
We got Jim Deere and
And darling.
Darling.
They were so good.
They were really good.
Yeah, they were cute.
I thought that they were precious. I love that they were interracial.
Yeah.
I love that they were like kind of like I don't know how to say it in a non-derogatory way because I don't mean it derogatory, but like how do you say like but like
they were know-it-alls.
no, not like that.
We're
Like-
know-it-alls.
I mean, no, that's not what I meant. So this is a family-friendly podcast, so I can't say what I want to say. But they're kind of like smart butts.
Smart Alex.
Smart Alex. You know,
Okay.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they're like
Yeah, they're
like
sassy.
they have inside jokes, you know, and they're like Aunt Sarah.
Right.
Just watch our dog. Like,
Yeah, Sarah.
back it up.
Holy moly. And
Like,
Sarah,
you-
what a good villain. For
I
this
thought they did a really good job. I could also see the actor who played Jim Deere as playing the dad in 101 Dalmatians. Like that's what he looked like to me.
Oh yeah.
Who sings
Yeah.
Cruella de Vil, like that song? Yeah. I was like, that's the vibes I was getting from him. But it was a very, very good relationship. They were very cute. I completely agree with that. Aunt Sarah, I don't remember her being that ridiculous in the animated. Was she?
I don't think so.
I don't remember her at all.
She was cold, okay? Cold-hearted. But
cold as ice.
Willing to sacrifice.
I liked her, but she was cold.
I think. Yeah, no, she was funny. I liked her. The cats too.
Yeah. Oh
were
yeah.
good.
So
The cats were good.
they were still Siamese cats. I was interested to see what they would
They
be.
did a whole new
if they-
song
if they
with
would be in
I
there at
was
all.
worried when they came on screen. I looked at Luis and was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be so bad," because I thought they were gonna be the hairless ones.
Oh,
Like,
yikes!
I was really
I think
worried.
they were kind of supposed to be because they kind of made their skin more noticeable, but they didn't go like full blown Siamese.
Yeah, they had them pretty short
It
hair.
was good though.
Yeah, they had them just like pretty short hair, but you could kind of see their skin rolls, kind of thing going on.
So they just sang a song about how cats are the worst. They're just horrible, awful animals, and you shouldn't own
They
them.
literally are the worst. They're breaking literally
They'll
everything.
Destroy your whole house.
Gosh, Luis, the cat memes you send us are way better than these cats. Like, if for our listeners, they have to know that Luis sends us multiple cat memes a day.
A day.
He's a
day.
hardcore memer.
Hey,
Well,
sometimes
Luis,
you just click into them on Instagram and you're on the cat feed that's just fire and you
Yeah.
can't stop
I
scrolling.
think when we were going to bed yesterday, Andre was like, Luis sends us an average of 4 memes of cats. Like,
Yeah,
and I don't like cats. I'm allergic to cats. Cats don't really like me, but I like Luis's cat memes. That's my extent. Those cats are far away from me.
I like his memes more. Yes, that's for sure.
Oh, if you like my memes, I got the meme to send you that I found today yesterday that I'm still laughing over. But I'll do that.
I'm ready to see it. But
Let's just see
they did a very good job with the cats.
So what do you think about the song?
It was fine. It was okay.
I mean, yeah, it was.
Up until this point, there was no music, no singing.
There hasn't been a song yet.
Well, there's only 2 songs in this
didn't
movie.
remember a
We
song.
Are Siamese and Bella Notte. That's it.
No,
Oh.
and the Peg song.
Yeah,
And the Peg
I
song.
thought
Okay,
there
3
were-
songs.
I felt
So
like there
that
were more
was the same.
songs.
They did the 3 songs. They just did a new song. It was fine.
Okay, because
Michelle and I have been watching too many musicals, and I forgot that I thought this had way more songs in it, but those must have been some other songs.
Yeah, there's
I
not a
was
song
listening to.
every 5 minutes, love.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah, but I will say though that when the song started, I liked the song itself. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked the new, but I didn't know if they had to sing it. Like,
No.
I don't know.
I think they wanted to keep a song because the Siamese cats, as we know, did sing a song that was very controversial, which we talked about in episode 67.
Sure.
So I think they wanted to keep a song and like try to quote unquote redeem
They wanted to fix it.
they wanted to
No
fix
doubt,
it, right?
but I guess what I'm saying is that they could have been running around like
yeah.
either saying the words of the song or like just running around and a song playing over the top of it. Like they didn't have to
Yeah.
be singing it.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't have to, but I think it's just it didn't bother me. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Cats are done. They're barely in it. It was whatever to me, honestly.
They're
Whatever.
complete ruffians.
Yeah.
Complete
They
and
are.
utter ruffians.
Ruffians,
Ruffians,
thugs, poison
thugs.
ivy, quicksand.
They were street youths.
Street youths.
The youths.
I
Those
don't
are the
know.
worst kinds.
If Dougie had those cats come into his house, he would mess them up. He'd be like, blah, 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 blah.
Blah,
Blah.
blah.
Man,
Actually, Dougie likes cats. He makes friends with them, but they don't make friends with him. Sometimes they're like, bam! They like hit him in the face,
kidding me, Douglas? You'll fight every single dog until the end of the world, but you'll be friends with cats?
He likes cats.
He-
Or he's indifferent. It just depends on his mood.
He's a fight. Look at him. He's on.
Maybe he's the
patrol back there.
smartest dog of all and knows not to mess with them.
These cats are
He doesn't know not to mess with them because, like I said, the first couple weeks we had Dougie, I was taking him on a walk and he stuck his nose through a fence where there was a white cat there and it punched him in the face.
Oh,
Yeah, and I
yeah,
remember
cats
like,
will do that.
cats are hilarious. They're awful.
I was like, that one didn't like you, and
Yeah.
Dougie was confused. He was like, huh?
He deserved it. I mean,
All right, so
Yeah.
back to then the
Movie
the
dogs.
huh?
The movie dogs instead of the real life dogs that we were talking about just now.
Oh no, I was gonna say back to the people.
Oh, right.
We need to talk about the dog catcher because the dog catcher had a huge role in this movie in comparison to the.
He was so ridiculous. I literally was sitting there thinking in my head, this dude has too much time on his hands.
That's what
He
Emmy said.
obviously doesn't have a girlfriend or a wife to go home to because he needs
That's
to
what I
chill the heck out. Get a life. You are chasing after this devil dog in his mind. He keeps saying he's like a demon. I'm like, is it okay?
This is set in a time before labor laws, so he could just work as many hours as a dog catcher as he wants.
Listen,
it's
if this
9
dude
p.m. and
was
he's knocking on people's
walking
doors.
into my house being like, there's a menace on the street.
There's a dangerous animal out here.
And they're like, yeah, come on in. I guess put some coffee on for him. Like,
Jim Darling is so funny. This is what I'm talking about. Like him and Jim Deere and Darling. They're hilarious because they're like, oh, what kind of animal is it? Is it a bear? And he's like, worse, it's a stray dog. And they look at each other and they're like, oh my God.
Okay.
Like, I like that they're making fun of him behind his back. That's really funny to me because we're obviously as the audience making fun of him as well. But I love how ridiculous he is. Like, just like how he said, like, oh, well, I'm going to need to come in to make sure he's not here. And I wouldn't cry for some coffee.
Yeah, goodbye.
And did you hear what he said right at the end? He's like,
Can't have coffee without cake or something like
he's
that.
He said, coffee without cake is the devil's playground.
There you go.
yes. I was like, sir. And I love Darling.
That's so funny.
Darling's face during this is like, yeah, just come in. Guess I'll put some coffee on. Like,
I'm just going to start walking into people's house be like, so.
Yeah, this is.
Well, and that's why he's so excited.
Dangerous toddlers on the loose. Okay.
So excited.
Come in.
Like, literally, he stalked these dogs day and night to the point that Tramp had to get on a boat to take Lady home. Like, dude needs to get a life.
It's
He
ridiculous.
has too much time on his hands.
He's an oppressor.
He needs to get a girlfriend, but he can't. Like, sir.
He's obsessed with the game. You know, he's married to the game. He don't need no girlfriend.
Married to the game.
He's
Dog
married to the
catching
game. Dog catching game. Okay. He's
Get
top of
rich
the
or
line.
die trying.
Get
Yes,
Tramp or die
I
trying.
loved him. Luis, why didn't you like him?
Not that I didn't like him. It was hilarious. Big comic relief, but I would have laughed a lot harder if it was Jack Black.
Okay.
Without a
So
doubt.
he's
Well,
stuck on the Jack Black thing.
They,
Gotcha.
This movie only had a budget of $60 million. I couldn't afford Jack Black. You know.
But you got Benedict Wong.
Well,
But he's not as
Yeah.
big.
he's not Jack
You
Black.
got Ken Jeong.
He's also not Jack Black.
Not Jack Black.
But
got
you
Jack
could have
Black.
gotten rid
I
of
will
both
say-
of them and afforded Jack Black.
Oh, speaking of
This guy was
fat-
funny though. I liked that you couldn't really tell like what his nationality was and that he was just like super intense but also bumbling and you know what I mean? I liked
perfect for Jack Black.
him. Oh, good lord, yes, but I liked that we
Recast.
saw somebody
Luis,
else.
you need to go watch a Jack Black movie after this to get your
We
opinion.
did. That's the problem. We watched
Jumanji.
and you know
Oh.
he's like,
Did you end up liking it?
oh
Dude,
my
they're
god, it was
awesome.
so
We
good.
bought 'em.
Very good
They're
movie.
We
really
bought
good.
them.
We
Like,
bought them. They're
they
that
were
good.
Yeah.
But he
My
plays
parents
like the
watched them
girl. Oh my god! And so it's very funny.
I love Jack Black in those movies. He's so good.
Yeah, he was really good.
Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about is about the stories being basically the same. So they did a good job. They didn't try to reimagine this one at all. Like it was a reimagining in that it was a live action, and they did go some different direction with the characters, like the dog catcher and such. But if we're thinking about the storyline, it's basically identical to the animated version. And I
Right.
think that was probably in part just like, I don't know how you would really stray from this story that much and make it new and different and exciting. I mean, they still had the Bella Notte song, which I thought was super cute still. It's the best part of the movie. Like,
It's a
it just
beautiful
is,
night.
you know what I mean? And her in the pound, like all of that is the same. But what I have to say, Emily, is how did you feel about the live action Rat?
The rats.
She's literally when it
Wasn't that
came
bad.
on, I was like, Emily's gonna hate this.
I was. You can bleep this out after. I was pissed.
Yeah.
literally
Because- It was nasty.
The rat made several appearances, and it looked grosser and grosser every time.
It was
the fact that the tramp had the guts to fight off that rabid rat. You go, buddy. You deserve to get adopted.
Hey,
Get
all
adopted.
I'm saying, no. All I'm saying is, guy got bit by a street rat, and all of a sudden they're over there adopting this dog. I've been like,
rabies.
No thanks.
Yeah.
They healed him. It's a Disney movie. It's fine.
Street
rats.
Okay,
Get away
stop.
from my baby.
You're not parents.
Stop.
What?
I legitimately was like, this movie's Aladdin because multiple times they're like street dog.
We're street
Yeah,
dogs.
like, I'm pretty sure
And he's
this
like
is Aladdin.
stealing things. I love how he's always like, and I'm gonna steal this, and then he just takes it.
I'm taking this.
So funny.
For sure.
This movie had one of
me
the funniest lines that I've heard in forever. When I think the dog catcher is chasing the tramp, and he walks past these two white poodles who are dressed the same, and he goes, "Whoa, are you guys twins?" And he goes, "Hey, I'm her husband, pal."
No, we thought that was funny too. Yeah.
Dying.
It was good. I don't know. Because it's so true, Poor poodles, man.
Poor
they get
poodles.
dressed up.
Yeah.
Male or
There
female.
are certain dogs that look like they're that gender. Like that's such a stereotype. But like poodles to me are female dogs,
Oh, for
and
sure.
like bulldogs to me, like we saw this huge bulldog type of dog when we went to the vet last weekend with Dougie, and I was like, oh my god, that is the best dog I've ever seen. And then the dog came up to us and she was like, sorry, she's just gonna drool on you. And I was like, that's a girl? Like, whoa. Like that's such a stereotype. But
For sure. It's true. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed that. I think that they did a really good commentary with the dog, just like how you said, like they go between having actual commentary and having like dog commentary, like, and I'm gonna steal that.
Right.
Like that's not just like you would just talk to yourself. It's like his stream of conscious dog thought.
yeah, totally.
It's interesting though how they did change this. It's not even changing the story. It's just changing the way the events happen just a little bit. Luis kept looking forward to the zoo scene. Do you remember the zoo scene in the
They get the muzzle off with the help of an actual beaver and his 2x4s.
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's right.
forgot
Animated
about that.
And so Luis kept thinking, because like he was trying to get him out and he kept like going back in, and the zookeeper was like trying to get him out, and
Right.
that was a very funny scene. So Luis was like, when are they going to the zoo? I'm like, they should have already been there, so I don't think they're going to do it.
You want to animate that beaver, dude.
Well, you know what? The movie was long enough already. So
It was long.
Yeah.
I wonder if they just did that on purpose because as soon as the screenplay was there, they're like, dude, it's going to be a long movie.
Well, I think we had paused it when like they were at the pound, and it's like after that it kind of wraps up, right? Like after the pound, and then we paused it, and I was like, babe, there's an hour left,
Mm-hmm.
and we were like, what?
Well, we watched it over 2 days, so we did the same thing where we were like, oh, there's a whole nother hour left
It's
in
time
this
to stop.
movie. I was not expecting that. But
Yeah.
when we watched it like that, it didn't feel super long because we did watch it in 2 different sittings.
Right.
But I can imagine watching it all at once, you would think like, oh, this is definitely longer than the animated.
Yeah, I was like, we need to wrap this up. Like, I need to go to bed. It was
Right.
an hour and 51
like there was
minutes.
more scenes than the animated though, which is weird. But I don't know.
Yeah.
They just dragged them out.
And they changed some other stuff too.
They added some stuff that they weren't on a boat in the animated one, you know.
Right. They made it more romantic.
They
go
dragged-
to different areas.
Yeah, they made it a little bit more romantic between them. Although they didn't have puppies at the end, which I was like, what are the puppies? Where's
Right.
the puppies?
They didn't
You know, they
wanna-
threw in those other puppies, so
Imply.
Oh yeah.
yeah. But like overall, it was good. Like I was pleasantly surprised. My main gripe, like I said, is it was too long. Like for me, most of the Disney animated movies are like 90 minutes, right? So I'm like, oh, it's going to be like 90 minutes. And then when I saw it was an hour and 51 minutes, I was like, oh no, like, I
Yeah.
can't.
It was a little lengthy, but
That's one of the things that I really enjoy about watching older Disney movies, and I know that sounds so cheap of me, but I like that it's succinct. I like that the
Right.
story moves
Yeah.
quickly, and that I don't have to
Right.
spend an exuberant amount of
Let's
thought.
go.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. So
That's
I would
what makes
say,
me a little worried about next week's movies.
Mm.
Is that it's going to be a lot of viewing because it's not like the old school thought of movie.
you know what? Nothing
viewing.
can feel longer than me watching those 2 Tron movies. So
You know what?
You say
I take
so.
it back because you're right. That was long.
it was the first
It
one.
was
The
just the
second
first
one
one.
wasn't. It was fine because it moved along. So yes.
Rough.
Also, the music in this, like the background, the score, everything was beautiful. They went for a very romantic feel. Bella Notte was still really, really cute, and I think it was even like cuter as a live action for some reason because seeing
Wasn't that guy Pinocchio in Once?
You're
old guy.
right,
The older
Geppetto.
guy?
He's Geppetto.
Geppetto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He was.
Yeah.
Him and the other guy from Narcos, like they were really funny.
Yeah.
Like where he's getting him a thing of bones and he's like, no, like no bones, you know.
Like, no.
And in my head,
we're
I was
getting
like,
on the special.
no bones. That's why we took our dog to the vet. No bones, you know. Like,
You know what was
no.
hilarious? When they were like, get them 2 specials, and then someone inside the restaurant looks over and sees them out there, and she's like, I thought they said they were out of the special.
That's right.
That was
Literally
funny.
so funny.
That was
was
definitely added.
That was
Oh,
good.
jealousy.
I liked that a lot.
Yeah, that scene was fun. It was especially funny to me that the restaurant was so busy, and they were just like, "We gotta, this is too cute."
He's got his
I would
lady
be doing
girl.
the same thing. If I knew a stray dog and he brought a girl up to me and I had known that stray dog for like, it seems like they know who he is. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for sure.
I'd be like, okay, sir. And even they were like, she is too good for you.
She's too
Yeah.
good for you.
I would have
Hilarious.
helped him.
Oh, get out of here. You went
Overall, this movie was very great. So
I do have to say, something before
you
we
got a
wrap.
gripe? Got a gripe?
No.
Oh.
Adeline, for the first time, and obviously she's getting older, she sat and watched the whole dang movie,
Aw.
watched it. Watched
Wow.
it. Was interested the second day to sit down and watch it again. And I sang Bella Notte like 2 days after we watched it, and she goes, Lady and Tramp, Lady and Tramp. And then she said, beautiful song.
Oh, and she
Like,
really likes dogs too.
Toddler
though.
approved, y'all. Toddler.
Okay.
She likes dogs, so I feel like it'd be something she'd be into.
Oh, yeah. She was like, oh, every time they would like run and scamper and stuff, she was
Mhm.
super about it. So it was
Oh, I love it. I love it. Adeline approved.
That's cool.
Toddler.
Adeline approved, y'all.
Baby approved.
Usually we
Bravo
talk about money and ratings at this point. Obviously, we can't hugely talk about money because it was a Disney Plus release. So what they're getting is subscribers, right? For $7.99 a pop or whatever. But you said it had a budget of $60 million, which is pretty
Yes.
low for a live action remake.
Correct.
You know,
They-
so they didn't have to invest a ton for them to put this content
Would have
out.
bothered
they-
to get Jack Black.
well,
It's a Disney
you
Plus
know.
original, Lou. If it was Jack Black, they would have been like, put this in the theater.
throw it in the theater.
Nah, man, they knew Corona was coming, so they were like, you know what?
You
know what?
Let's just put it on
I don't know, man.
the interwebs. You mean?
Which is
The
interesting
underwebs?
because now that they have this service, they are using it to their advantage, right? Like, let's release Frozen 2 early at the best time possible because everybody's in their houses.
Mhm.
Let's
sure.
decide to put Onward on there too because we're not going to make any more money off it, but we're going to get subscribers, right? Now we're going to put Artemis Fowl on there in the fall because of the same thing.
Star Wars is
Who the
going
heck
on
is
that already,
Artemis
too.
Fowl? You keep talking about that.
You haven't seen it? The trailer for Artemis Fowl?
You didn't read the book?
It's based on a book.
It's a Disney live action that's supposed to come out in the fall, very similar to like how they did Wrinkle in Time, which Wrinkle in Time was not good. So I'm hoping Artemis Fowl
Awful.
is better.
It was really bad.
It was real bad.
It was
Make
it
us
was
do
pretty
that.
terrible.
I
We're
reread
not-
the
Mm.
book before we went to go see Wrinkle in Time and was like, I'll just read the book again. Like it was that bad. Sorry, listeners, if you liked that movie. But
Yeah,
yes,
it's
so the animated version had a 93% score on the tomato meter.
Is there no tomato meter for this then?
There is.
There is.
Oh,
Probably
I
won't
just-
compare
I
'em.
just had it. It has a 67%.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the animated had a
Pretty low.
93. This one had a 67.
I don't know how the animated one got higher than that.
I mean, I don't think it's a 67 by any means.
I would say like a solid 8 at least.
Yeah, and I
87.
want Andre to kind of like read some consensus on it because
Ah,
that
yes.
doesn't make sense to me.
The critics' consensus is that Lady and the Tramp's cute dogs and likable cast work well enough, but the live-action update lacks some of the magic that made the original 1955 films such a delight. I think when they say magic, they're talking about Siamese cats.
No, they're not.
Probably
Oh my
not.
gosh.
This movie wasn't racist enough for me. I'm gonna have to rate it lower.
For sure. Like, what is it that, what magic were you like missing.
Like I said, Lady didn't do it for me, but the rest of the movie was fine.
Yeah, I'd put it on basically the same level as animated.
Yeah.
Tramp.
Yeah. And like I agree with Andre. The Lady and the Tramp is just a very simple story where it's not one of those Disney classics that I go back to all the time, right? Like I put it on the same caliber as like Oliver and Company or Aristocats, although I think Aristocats is a little bit
All
better.
the talking animal movies are on the same shelf.
No.
What?
They love
No.
Aristocats.
What?
No.
No. Again? No. What is wrong with you, Aristocats?
And
it's
listeners-
the best
It's a
movie
cat movie.
ever.
And listeners, I told Michelle, no.
Aristocats is absolutely better than either of these Lady and the
I was being
Tramps.
the goose. Okay.
I am so angry at you right now.
But I'm saying it's in the same type of era, like genre.
No,
They come out around
not in the same era nor genre.
Aristocats was ahead of its time.
Right. You know, they incorporated
Hey.
jazz just like Soul is gonna do on Pixar next year or whatever.
Yeah,
I see
whenever
that.
that comes out.
Big ol' nay to you.
The point is, I don't
What
think
is
it
your
deserves-
point?
Yeah, what is
Let's
it?
hear your point.
What
is
is it?
it?
That doesn't deserve a 67%.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
So wait, were you saying that Aristocats deserved the 67%?
Wow. I like Aristocats, y'all. Okay.
I like Aristocats a lot more than this.
Calm
Yes.
A lot more.
down. I
That's
like
true.
Aristocats better than Oliver and Company. And I like it better
Way
than
more.
Lady and the Tramp. So,
I think it's
down.
about a dog. I don't know. I've never seen that one.
Oliver and Company?
Yeah.
Why should I worry?
It's a dog and
I
a
know
cat.
the song.
Why
Why should I care? Because it
I-
was on the,
No.
It's
VHS.
about a dog and a cat. It's about a dog who takes in a stray cat.
like Oliver Twist style.
So
Yes.
I
you
guess.
said it's not about a dog or a cat, but it is about a dog and a cat.
I said
It's
it's
not
about a dog
or
and a cat.
It's about a dog and a cat.
So it is about a cat and a dog,
I hate you. Stop.
essentially, right?
It's
These
about
are quarantine problems right here, you
it's
guys.
about
This
a
is-
dog who is a stray dog and he takes in a stray cat that ran
Yeah, but
away.
you said it wasn't about a dog or a cat, and then you're telling me it is
I
a
did
dog
never
and a cat.
said that. I said it's about a dog and a cat.
This movie was just about dogs.
He's been moved off screen, y'all.
Although there were two cats. So
I'm pretending I'm frozen so that I don't have to say anything.
all right. Yeah. So
Let's rate it.
So no money because it didn't come out in theaters, so it didn't have any box office earnings. It's all just sitting quietly in Disney's pockets through Disney
Luis, come
Sitting
back.
quietly.
Plus.
Okay.
Sitting quietly. Shh.
Hey, don't talk about this money. Shh.
Is that a pretzel?
Maybe they'll forget.
We could
What?
look up how many people originally subscribed, like how many people were subscribed to Disney Plus the day it launched. Because they were like they were publicizing this movie before then. Like, I know I don't have TV, but whenever we did go to like his parents' house and they had TV, there were multiple commercials for Disney Plus, you know? So,
Right now, Disney Plus has 50 million subscribers.
whoa.
No
And
doubt.
you know, if
50.
only a quarter of them watched Lady and the Tramp, then you know that's a lot, right?
Well, it doesn't matter to them. It's not like it costs them anything to put old movies on a service.
Right.
Okay, well, what's
You know
the
what I mean?
minimum? The
What does
minimum
it cost them to put like Aristocats on there? Nothing.
isn't the minimum subscription $7.99 a month?
Yeah.
Alexa,
Oh.
what's 50 million times 7.99?
Is she talking?
They're making $399 million a month off of Disney Plus.
No doubt.
Dang.
That's if the 50 million subscribers are at the minimum level.
What do we pay? $12.99. But we,
You guys got a bundle, right?
which is hilarious because we got the bundle, and I'm gonna tell you how many times we've used Hulu, like twice.
Never.
But do you use the ESPN part?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not that much right now because there's nothing to
No
watch.
sports.
Yeah, I've been watching the Last Stand. Or
And
the Last
reruns.
Dance.
He's been watching reruns of soccer matches from.
Oh, is Last
World
Dance that
Cup
Michael
pass.
Jackson or Michael
That's
Jordan?
not on Disney. Or
Documentary?
Right, that's not
ESPN.
on ESPN Plus.
So
Anyway,
let's go ahead and give our ratings. Luis, let's start with you. What do you rate the live action Lady and the Tramp?
I think like a solid 8.2.
Why is he grading it like a teacher?
Because he's a freaking teacher. That's why.
Minus
Solid 88.2.
minus 0.8 because that dog looked nothing like the Tramp.
Okay, we'll take it.
Okay. Fair.
Andre.
I think I'm gonna give this movie a 7.5. I liked it. It was fun. It had that very funny twins line with the poodles. It's good all around. The songs are fine and fun.
And not racist.
And not racist this time.
I can appreciate that.
They went so far to erase racism from this movie as to set it in like the early 20s or whatever, and have this mixed couple and not bring it up at all. It's like everything's normal. These people are totally allowed to do this. But other than that, it's a fine
and
movie.
Nobody thinks it's weird. Like the family's all cool with it. I love it.
Right. The dog catcher's not trying to take them to jail or anything like that. Yeah. So 7.5. I think it's good.
I'm going to give this movie an 8. It's a solid 8. It's a solid, good movie. And for a Disney live-action remake, they did a great job. Bravo, because I don't usually like the live-action remakes. So you did a good job, Disney. You did good.
Your dad
Emily.
good.
Your dad good.
Your dad good.
Your dad good.
I agree. I'm going to give it the same score, same reasons. I liked it. I'm going to say that I don't. One of you has seen the live action Dumbo and one hasn't.
Me.
I feel the same way about this one as I do about that one. It's really good, but this one wasn't reimagined. So for me to say it's really good and it being almost virtually the same exact thing means a lot, right?
Yeah, they did good.
Because you can mess up something redoing it, and I think
like the Jungle Book.
I like the Jungle Book live action.
Hey, that wasn't bad.
Andre and I disagree
the
on that
big
movie
old
so
orange
much.
Christopher Walken was a mistake.
I literally don't ever want to watch that movie again. That's how much
because of Christopher Walken.
ruined.
He was
the
walking
movie.
in a winter wonderland.
I don't know, man.
Like you, whoa, baby, whoa.
Luis Despacito did a pretty good job flying over that cliff. You know.
That movie made me so mad. And Emily, if you ever, well, actually, Emily, the Lion King live-action remake is on Disney Plus. So I'm gonna give you the homework to watch it because
I just said I will not watch that.
It's your homework. You have no choice.
Hey, Emily, you could cheat and just watch the animated version, and it's you've missed nothing.
I guess I can tell you what happens.
Yeah.
The live action is no good to me. It's no good.
Correction, Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito.
He did a good job flying over that cliff, if you ask me.
Oh, Aquila. Anywho, moving on.
Next week on the Wall Vault.
Hold on, don't you want to know what Luis's number is?
He
already
gave
did.
it. He did.
Oh yeah, the 8.2. Go ahead.
Right.
Yes. Next week on the Wall Vault. I don't know why we're doing another double feature, but we are. Actually, we know exactly why we're doing it because we think the second movie no one's going to care about individually, and we're going to talk about it for like 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and then we're going to get into the better sequel. So we're going to watch Cars 2 and Cars 3.
Boom.
Which is literally what they call these movies. Cars 2 and Cars 3.
Yeah, 2 Pixar sequels for the price of 1, I guess. I still have never seen Cars 2.
Yes, this is the only Pixar movie Andre has not seen at all. So I'm actually like really excited for him. And also I've only seen it once and I don't really remember it. I just remember it was like Tokyo Drift-esque. That's all I know.
What?
It is.
Definitely not.
No, it's not.
Actually, no.
They go to Japan, yes.
Yeah, I could see why you would think that in that part of the movie. Okay.
Yes, they go to Japan, for sure.
But in my defense, I've never even seen Tokyo Drift.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I know you have not.
In
Those are pretty
Fast
cool
and Furious
movies.
Tokyo Drift, there's like a country boy who goes to Japan and he's like hanging out with the Japanese people. And in Cars 2, is it Mater who goes to Japan?
Yes.
Yep.
So it's totally
Well, Andre
Tokyo.
might enjoy this then. I don't know. He might like it.
I don't know if it's fast enough or furious enough for me to love it, but
Pause.
He's fast.
He literally goes to Japan and makes a fool out of himself. So if that's what Tokyo
that's
Drift's
the
about,
plot of Tokyo Drift.
then
Also,
this
is
is Tokyo Drift.
Emily, is this the one that has the backward driving?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I remember.
There's
the
backward
most.
driving in Tokyo Drift.
Anyways, that's what I remember the most from Cars 2 is the backward driving.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that
I like this one because it's Bond-esque, and I like James Bondy stuff.
Isn't Michael Caine in it?
Yeah, Michael Caine, I think, voices one of the characters.
Michael Caine.
It's just very Bondy. You just have to get past Mater, because if you're not a
Alfred.
huge lover of him as a character, then this movie's kind of hard to swallow.
I
And
like
for a long
Mater.
time, I was not a Mater fan. But then I became one, and so then I liked it more, if that makes sense.
Right.
Interesting.
Mm.
So yes, listeners, these are both on Disney Plus, I believe. I hope
Yeah.
so.
They
So
are.
watch it up in your quarantine week, and we will talk about this double feature next week for our 99th episode, which means the week afterwards our 100th episode. So, we'll do something cool.
Get excited. Get hyped. And get in the comments. Go to at
My
the
hair's
Walt
so
Vault
long.
Pod on social media. We're on everything. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
We're not on TikTok.
We're not on TikTok yet.
Nope.
Should we get on the talk? Should we
Absolutely not.
come
What
talk?
do they do there?
You dance to dumb songs in a dumb way.
Oh, was this the thing we talked about last summer?
TikToks don't have to be about dancing.
They don't have to be about dancing, but that's what a lot of them
It's
is.
a
I
thing
feel
for
very-
Gen Zers.
I
Yeah.
feel very old right now for having this conversation about
The
not
younger
knowing
folk.
what-
Yeah.
Those younger folks on the TikTok.
Don't hit us up on TikTok, but do hit us up
Those street
on
youth.
Apple Podcasts or Spotify
or
or
YouTube. Watch our
YouTube.
faces.
Yes,
You
we
poor unfortunate souls.
there's video up. We looked at dogs. We fawned over them. You can see the dogs on youtube.com/the
see
Walt
Dougie.
Vault.
On this video. He's
Yeah.
cute.
There's multiple dogs for you to enjoy by watching the video on YouTube. If you want to help us out, you can go to patreon.com/the Walt Vault. There's extra content there for a nominal fee that helps us keep the lights on in this dark vault. I guess the magic is kind of broken when you can see our faces. It's not that dark.
It's pretty damn dark in here. And you know what? We've actually done episodes where it's been dark. So
That's true.
That's true.
we just didn't record them because the lighting would have been so bad that it would have been super grainy.
It would have been a little
That's
bit
true.
better.
That's
yeah.
true.
Alas.
Just saying.
So that's it for now. We'll see you next week for episode 99, Cars double feature. That's it for now.
And 3, 2, and 3.
The vault is now closed.
Bye.